A mother's hurt. And a father's crushed. And this could go on and has been going on for thousands of generations. Thousands. Some receiving the curse for thousands of generations of abuse, hatred, division. We should be always slow to anger, very quick to listen. If somebody else is angry and upset, we need to be quick to listen. What's going on? Not so quick to defend. Jesus, when he's saying don't resist evil, you don't have to defend your faith. You don't have to defend your worth, your value. And when somebody's upset and angry, returning hate and anger, violence, insult for insult, hate for hate, does not produce God's righteousness. Cannot, will not, does not. Now, Jesus Christ, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, if you don't have the ability to produce God's righteousness, goats to the left, sheep to the right, the righteous ones, faithful and righteous, everlasting kingdom, judgment made. This is when Jesus says, work your salvation out with fear and trembling. The judgment has been made. You didn't feed me. You didn't help me. You didn't care for me. You didn't love me. Who did we not love? When did we see a God? Whatever you did to the least, you did it to me. Begone from me, you evildoers. Judgment made. But you, who loved me, you who cared for me, you who fed me and clothed me when I was naked, come, my beloved children. When did we see you naked and in need? Whatever you did, my children, to the very least of these, you did it to me. Come. This inheritance was made for you. Judgment made. Who are we in life? Why is it all the more now the time to be vigilant about who we are? Let the world know and see, so the world may glorify God and know that through your good deeds, faith working through love is salvation. Salvation. And it doesn't matter if you're dressed in rags or suits or ties, whatever it is that you wish to show the world as your glory. But the glory of God is seen through our love for each other. I want to be a part of that. I can't, in my life, I wasn't always like this. I cannot find peace in my life, in my heart, if it's not for the will of God. And if I'm not doing it, whether preaching the gospel, whether helping an orphan or somebody who's been abandoned by the world or their parents or whatever it may have been, if I'm not doing those things, I'm out of rest, I'm out of order, I'm upset. And I don't know how to be a part of anything outside of being a slave to God, a slave to Jesus Christ. And of me loving a world full of murderers, and not the world, but the broken people who are being abused by the murderers, then there's no point in life. My career and value of money, my self-worth. None of it has value or meaning unless I'm a slave to God. A slave to opening the eyes of those who are lost. And my prayer and hope is that you would find the will, the want, and the desire to prove to this world we have a value and a worth, and our value and our worth comes through the restoration being happened within our communities. But by our willingness to love them, to feed them, to clothe them, and to care for them. Not to rob them, not to discriminate against them. Whoever it is, blessed are the poor in spirit. They will see God. Blessed are the poor. The kingdom of heaven is theirs. Right? Bless those who seek to curse you. Let us live that as a reality. A new commandment, he says, I leave you. Love as I have loved you. While I was in the middle of sinning, he died for me. In the middle of it, he died for me. He chose me. Can I do the same for you or you or you or anybody else? Can I? Because how can I say I love Jesus who died for me while I was sinning? Who gave up a career, gave up being the king of the land, died for me while I was sinning. Can I do that for someone else? If you're worthy of Jesus Christ, that eternal salvation, you're worthy of picking up your own cross and following him through all the way. See you next time.